It took 12 minutes. Okay, so now let's get started immediately. So first of all, let us see one or three paintings. Suppose this is the painting which was sold at 735,000 pound. Now see this painting. This is very simple. Simply dots are there, and it was sold at 1.275 million pound. Okay, you can see the same on the website. It is in London auction and was on 13th February 2020. So this is so looking very simple painting, but it was about 1.275 million pound. It was sold at this price. Even see this one, only 13 by 11 dots are there, but it is again sold at £500,000. Okay, so we want to create this kind of paintings using the Python turtle module. Okay, let us see first of all. Let me go to Python. Okay. Let it to load first. Okay, now let the Python software to be loaded. Before that, let us talk that sometimes the importance of these kind of paintings is the colors they have used. Okay, so now next we are going to see the Python package which can help you to extract the colors from the paintings. Okay, so for that, okay, so for that we will see how to extract a color from the paintings. Okay, now let us see color extraction program. So first of all, we need to have a package called colorgram. Okay, if you don't have this colorgram package in your Python software, okay, then go to the line below where written Python packages. You just click on that, write down the colorgram. So you can see colorgram.py, right? Which I have already installed. If you have not installed, you will get here a key for installation. You just select the install and you will be able to incorporate this particular module in your Python package. Okay, so once it is there in your Python package, you can import using the import command. So I simply imported import colorgram. Okay, now I want to find out, I want to extract the colors from a particular picture. So I have taken one picture which is same as these dots. Okay, it should be in this directory and it should be either in JPG form or PNG file. Okay, so I have this file. I want to extract colors from this. Okay, so how to do this? So if you see the documentation of the colorgram, for example, let us see colorgram. Okay, so this is the colorgram documentation in which you can see we have to import colorgram. We can extract the colors using this command. Colors is equal to colorgram.extract into bracket name of the file, comma, number of colors. you want. Okay, so let us go there and write down. Say colors is equal to colorgram.extract. My file name is image.jpg and I want 30 colors to be extracted from that. Okay, so if I write this statement and if I print it, I will get all the 30 colors. Let us see. Let me make this as comment. Okay, print to bracket colors. Okay, let us run this. Okay, so we got all the colors here, but it is not in the form as we needed. We want only tuples. So here you can see colorgram.py color is equal to RGB into bracket RGB value and so on. One more value, that is consolidated value of all these three colors. So everything, but we don't want this. We want only tuples. Okay, we want only RGB form of that. So if you see the documentation again, so here there are different formats for extracting the colors. One is color.rgb, color.hsl, and so on. So we need RGB. So instead of using only the color, let us use color.rgb to convert it into the RGB format. Okay. So I have written, I'm using the for loop and I'm converting this into RGB form and storing it into RGB color list. Okay. So if we try to do this, then I will write a loop for that. For color in colors, say RGB colors dot append into color. Okay. So one by one, I take all colors and then I will append it into RGB list. Okay, but here instead of color, I will say RGB. Okay, so if I run this and try to print this RGB color, okay, now you can see the format we are getting is simply RGB into bracket R, G and B value. But we want again only tuple of the three numbers. So that means we have to extract these numbers from the list. So for that, what I will do, in the loop, I will extract RGB separately. Say R is equal to color.rgb.r. It will provide you R value. Similarly, G value and B value. So I store these RGB different values in RGB variables. And then I will prepare a tuple from that. Say color tuple is equal to RGB. And now I am appending RGB tuple, right, to the RGB colors. So now if we do this and if we try to run this problem, okay, so here instead of this, I have to use color tuple variable. Okay, now let us run. Okay, now you can see the list of values of tuple RGB. Okay, so now this is as we want, we can extract the colors from a picture. We will try to use this list of colors to form a painting which we have just seen. Okay, so now let us go to Python again and try to create a picture with dots. Okay, so first of all, we will try to create only dots. One dot I will try to create. Okay, so if you see the documentation, you will find that dot is a function using which we can draw a dot instead of turtle, okay, which has two values. One is size, or we can say radius of the circle, and the color, which I have taken randomly 23, 223 and 33 value. Okay, we just try to run this. You can see a green circle on the screen. Okay, so now instead of this color, random color, if I want it randomly from the function, so as we know, we can take three colors, say random color, find the function random color. Say R is equal to random dot randint into bracket 0,255. In the same way, we can have for G and we can have for say R G B return tuple R comma G comma B. So now here I will use the color, means I will call a function random color. Okay, now let us run this. Okay, so you can see one dot. Okay, now I want to start from this particular place. Okay, so first of all, I have to move the turtle direction in this particular direction. Okay, and then I have to go this particular place, right? So for that, what we can do, let me run this. Okay, so if we know that this is at 180 degree and this is at 270 degree. If we want to find out a place somewhere between these two, so we can say it is at angle between 180 and 275. We can say it maybe say 225. Okay, approximately 225. So what we can do, we can set heading to say 225 angle. Okay, so now let us see. So heading is changed now. Okay, now we want to start somewhere here. So we may go for say 200 or 250 pixels. We can say move forward by say 200 pixels. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so we are at this place. Suppose we want to go to at this particular place. So instead of 200, let me write it say 400 pixels. Okay, so now we are here, right? But I don't want this arrow, this line, we don't want. Okay. So as we know, using pan up command, we can avoid the drawing of line. Set team or pen up. If we do this and if we run this, okay, so we reached here. Now we want to start to draw dots from this place. So again, the direction of the turtle should be at the 0 position. Okay, so now we can say team set heading to 0 position. Okay, so that means it will be towards right hand side. Let us run. Okay, so now its direction is right side. So we can go right hand side now. So now if we want to draw a dot from this particular place, okay. So this dot should be okay. Now we got one dot here. Now we want 10 dots in this particular line. Okay. So for that we have to write loop for range say 10. Okay. So what we have to do, we will have to move for say 20 pixels. Dot forward 20 pixels for 10 times. See. But this happens only once, right? Okay. So after 20 pixels, again, we need to have a dot. Okay. Okay. So with the same size, with random color, now let us see. Okay. So now instead of 20 pixels, let me take say 100 pixels. Right. So we want 10 dots, but see here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it gone out of the screen. So instead of 100, let me take 50. Okay, this is good, right? We got this 10 dot. Now we want to start our second line from top of the first one. So first of all, we have to move the cursor. We have to change the direction of the cursor, right? So it should be at 90 degree. After drawing this, say team dot set heading 90 degree. Okay. Now let us see what happens. Oh, it should be out of the loop. Okay. Now to go to second line, we have to move this cursor to one line up. We may keep the same distance, say 50 pixels. So after that, we move say dot forward by 50 pixels. So what happens? We'll reach to the topper line from the current line with 50 pixels up. Okay, let us see. Okay, but now we want to start it from the beginning. Okay, so first of all, we have to change the direction of the cursor and we have to reach to the above the first one. Okay, so for that we need two statements. One is for direction setting, that is set heading to 180 degree. And for one, we have 50 pixels. So for 10 dots, we have approximately 500 pixels. So team dot forward by 500 pixels. Okay, so now it is in the beginning. Okay, now we want to change the direction again. Team dot set to 0. Okay, so now we want to repeat this 10 dot line for 10 times. So now we will repeat these things for 10 times. Or change 10. Now let us see. Okay, you can see the first dot is missing. Okay, so let us do it. Since we have taken this outside, so let us take it inside. Okay, now next thing. We don't want this turtle to be appeared at the end of the painting. Okay, so for that we can use remove the turtle. Okay, so with the pen also write hide the turtle. Okay, so for that the function is hide turtle. Now if you run this, okay, now here we have taken the colors randomly. Okay, but we want actually the colors which we were extracted from a particular picture. Okay, so what we can do, let us go that particular problem. Open recent project, color extraction, new window. Okay, so run this. Okay, so right, and then now we don't want this. Just make it as a comment line. Don't call this function now. Instead of calling this function, I will use a tuple from the color list. Okay, so for that I need some number from this. Okay, so I can say number in range 10. Oh, let me take randomly, no problem. A random what choice bracket. Name of the list is color list. So now what happens, instead of this random color generated by us, we will be having a colors which are extracted from a particular picture. Okay, now let us run the same program. Now these are the colors which we extracted from the paintings which we downloaded from the net. Okay. Okay. So I think this will be clear to you. Any doubt? Okay. I think everything is clear now. Now let us see the most important features which may not be available with every programming languages, that is known as higher order function. Okay. For example, if you take one example, so this one. Simple, I have written 4 functions: add, subtract, multiply, divide. And then I have written one function called calculator, where I have supplied 3 arguments. N1, N2, and func is a variable which will provide you the function name which is to be called. Okay, and return function which we get it from the parameter list or argument, and we use both these parameters number 1 and number 2 for calling the function. Okay, so here I am using the calling the main function calculator with 2 values 5, 15 and multiply. So multiply is the function I want actually to call. Okay, so if I run this, I will get the result of 5 and 15. But if I change this, add, and if I run this, there will be addition 5 plus 5 and 15. Okay, so in this way, this calculator is called the higher order function, which will call other function and which will be used, which will use other function in that particular function. Okay, so these facilities is available in very rare languages. Okay, Python is available. Python is one of them, and this is very useful, particularly when we want to take any action based on the key pressing. Okay, for example, let us go to our screen. Let me take a new project. Say testing. New window. Okay, so we want to take, for example, if you press up arrow key, it should go up side. If you press left arrow key, it should go left hand side, and so on. So for that, what we have to do, we have to find out the functions related to listen. So our screen should listen the key press. Okay, so for that, let us see the documentation. Okay, now let us see here. There are several functions for listening using events. Okay, move, tell turtle state. Okay, setting pen, color, filling, turtle state. Okay, so these are the different turtle states, means its visibility, its appearance, using events, on click, right? So on click is an event which can be useful to take any action based on our key press. Okay, so for that, let us see. We have to use the listen. Okay, so let us, as usual, let us import from turtle or turtle and screen. Let us create object for that. In is equal to screen. In is equal to turtle. Okay. As we know, let me write the last statement. Screen dot exit on click. Okay. Now, so screen size is also matters. At the same time, we will see that we want to set the screen size, right? So suppose we can say screen dot setup, or we can say width is equal to say 500, height is equal to say 400. Okay, so we don't know whether the first argument is for width and second argument is for height. Okay, so that's why instead of using the positional argument, we are using the key argument. So whatever the order of width and height in the function, but if we write the key argument, then we should not worry about the order of the variable values. Okay, so if we do this, we will be able to see a specific screen. Okay, with a required number of size, say 500 by 400. Okay, now we want to take some action. Okay, based on the key press. For example, I want to press a space key and the turtle should move forward for say 50 pixels. Okay, so we can say team dot. So let me write a function for that. Say define move forward. Set team dot forward by say 50 pixels. Okay, I have to define before we use it. Okay. Right now, when I call the function, say screen dot listen. Okay. Just a minute. We say screen dot. Now, as we have seen, on key is a function. This one. See, there are two values, function and key. Fun equal to which function we want to call? Move forward. Move forward. But when remember one thing, when we call a function as an argument, then we will not write parenthesis. Okay, and the key, that is which key we want to press, say space. So when we press space, it will call this function move forward. If this function will be called, the turtle will move for 50 pixels. Okay, so let us run this. So as and when I'm pressing the space bar, it is moving. Okay, let us, instead of 50, let me take 20 so that we can see more. So I'm pressing space again. So it is working, right? So similarly, I want you to write a code for, if you press here W, for moving towards forward. If you press D, then it should move towards backward. If you press A, it should it should turn towards left side by 10 degree. And if you press S, then it should turn towards right side with 10 degree. Okay. Can you do this? Try and write your code. Copy your code in the chat box. Is the question clear? See, again, whatever the character you want, you can take. One character you take for forward, one for backward, one for moving the turtle to the left direction by 10 degree, and other character you can use to move the character to move the turtle towards right side by 10 degree. Okay. So do it now. See, if you run this, if I press W, it should go forward. If I press S, it should go backward. If I press A, it should move towards left. So if I continuously press A and W, similarly, if I press D, it will turn towards right. If I press D and W, so it should be like this. Okay. And if you press C, it should come to original position. C for clearing the screen. Okay. So you try to do this. Okay, let us see. The same way we write the function for, instead of Control C, say Control V. Okay, we want move forward and key is suppose say W. Okay. Say move backward. Move backward. Say key is say S. Say move left. Key is suppose say A. Move right. Key is suppose say D. So by pressing these 4 keys, we will get the effect of this key. By pressing these keys, the turtle should move accordingly. Okay, so we'll repeat the same. So if you want to move forward, okay, so we can move by say 20 pixel forward or say 10 pixel. Let me take. Okay. Now similarly, if you want to move backward, so as there is a forward function, there is a backward function also. Say move. What is our function name? Backward. So with the help of these two, okay, we can move backward also. Forward, backward, no problem. Next function we are going to define is a move left, right? Move. Do. If you want to move left, so we have to take care of the current position. Okay, current position can be obtained by using the heading function. So we can say team dot heading and we want to move by 10 angle 10. So we take 10. So this is to be the new direction of the turtle. OK, so let us give some variable names, a new heading. This. OK, and now we will set its new heading. OK, so team dot heading to new heading. OK, so for moving right, we can use the same, but the difference is only the instead of adding 10, we have to subtract 10. OK, so the same function. Instead of left, we can say right. And plus. OK, so for W it is forward, for S it is backward, for A it is left, and for D it is right. OK, let us run this. OK, so I'm pressing W here, it is going forward. Now I'm pressing S, it is going backward. Now I'm pressing A and W so that we can see. The angle is 10 and it is moving forward also, right? Now I am pressing D. Okay, D and W. Okay, so it is going out of the screen. We'll take care of this later. Now again I want to press a key C so that it should clear the screen. Okay, so if I say screen what on key function clear screen comma key is equal to say C. Okay, so we have to write one more function for clearing the screen. Okay, say define. Let us copy this. Clear screen. Okay, so if we use the function clear, right, then it will clear the screen. Okay, we can see on implementation clear. Now let us run this. W A. Okay, now I press C. So it is clear, right? But the turtle is disappear. We don't know where it is. Okay, so after clearing the screen, we want to take the cursor at its original position. Okay, so for that, there is a function called home. Okay, so we use the function set. Oh, sorry. It should be for team. Team dot home. So turtle should reach to home, right? So let us run this. Now let us press C. So it is clear, but the turtle should be at the original position. So team dot home. Why it is not visible? Clear is the function for. Show turtle. Okay. Okay, so time is also over. We'll see this in next lecture. And in the next lecture, we will see the turtle race. That would be the last lecture for our workshop. Let me run this program. Okay, if we run this program, we'll be able to see this window, which will ask for which color turtle will win the race. We can say red. Okay, if we run this, in this way, the race will start. Okay, and you will see the message that the winning turtle is purple color and you lost. Okay, so in this way, you can bet on the game. So in the next lecture, we will see how to create this game. Okay. Thank you.